neighbors and citizens of New Jersey. We bring this to you today because we are living on top of a failure. Just miles from us, the Cornell Dubilier Electronics site has been leaking poison into our ecosystem since 1936. For decades, this factory dumped toxic oils containing PCBs and trichloroethylene, or TCEs, directly into our soil. We are dealing with two specific killers. First, PCBs, which destroy the immune system, and second, TCE, a volatile solvent that causes kidney cancer. But the problem isn't just that they are in the ground, it's where they are in the ground. The TCE didn't stay in the dirt, it is a dense solvent. It sank deep into the horizontal fractures of the Brunswick Formation bedrock. This is what we call the bedrock trap. Because it is trapped so deep, the poison is migrating. It is evaporating into toxic gas that seeps into the basement of South Plainfield homes through vapor intrusion. It is bioaccumulating in the fish our neighbors eat. The EPA's own data admits that human exposure will not be under control until September 2051. That's 25 more years of cancer risk. We are here to tell you that we do not accept that timeline.
Ananth is right about the geology, but you have to understand the history to see why this is so frustrating. The EPA hasn't been ignoring this. In fact, in 2005, they have spent over $180 million here. They broke the cleanups into phases called reaches. They dredged miles of the Brown Brook area. They even physically relocated a massive 36-inch water line that cut throughout the contaminated facility to try and stop the spread. Despite spending millions of dollars dredging and relocating pipelines as we talked about, it was still labeled as human exposure not under control. Because the EPA suffers from a mechanical bias. They want to see progress by moving dirt, and they think it's a progress, but you cannot dig out bedrock features, fractures, right? And this is why we're introducing EAPS, the Endophyte-Assisted Phytoremediation system. Standard phytoremediation uses plants to clean soil, which has been around since the 1990s, but high toxicity levels usually kill the trees before they can even start working. And the assisted part of EAPS, our solution, is a game changer. We source it by injecting PD-entry endophytes, which are specialized bacteria from university research labs, and inject them into eastern Cottonwoods and Black Willows, which are like native plants. These bacteria act as a biological shield, allowing the trees to thrive in toxic zones while their roots act as living solar-powered pumps. Our data that we read from a research paper shows that once these PD-entry bacteria are in the ground, they destroy TC at a rate of 28.15 micromolecule per day. We're moving from the logic of dig and dump to grow and destroy. We would rather target on pennies than dollars.
While the science happens underground, we must protect the people on the surface today. The November 2025 federal audit proved that digital dashboards aren't enough for towns like South Plainfield. 34.5% of our households have limited English proficiency. This population represents the significant Hispanic and Latino community of 18.6% and the Asian population of 20%. These families are the ones currently bypassed by the English social media updates. Our campaign, Bound Books Rising, targets this gap immediately. We are placing physical health advisory flyers in community centers, grocery stores, and religious spaces in English, Hindi, and Spanish. Furthermore, we're petitioning the Middlesex County Health Department to offer free health screenings. This is especially for a minority and low-income groups to check for early markers of PCB and TCE exposure. When the trees finish their work, we won't leave behind paved wasteland. We are proposing the South Plainfield Science and Innovation Center. Just as the Essen Museum celebrates the light bulb, this center will be a living museum and public greenhouse. This will be a place where South Plainfield students can learn about microbiology and environmental justice in the very place that was once a hazard. We're asking for the mayor, the council, and the EPA to stop settling for exposure not under control. Give us the approval to plant these trees, save millions, and build a museum that turns our toxic past into the scientific future. Let's restore our community by 2040. Thank you.